Since I have been sober, I don't have to wake up sick or dependent on somebody else to get my day started. My body feels so much better. Physically, I'm in excellent shape. I can run for miles and do yoga for hours, and when I was using, I was never able to do those things. I completed probation successfully, being sober, and I also got put back on probation, being sober. A situation from 2013, I had a case still open for possession, so I had to plead guilty to that, I believe last month, and I am doing another 360 hours community service, another thousands of dollars in fines. So that's just something from my past that I'm still dealing with, and consequences of my actions that I'm taking responsibility for. I've also gotten a DUI sober, which is very interesting and something that I'm fighting right now. So I am, back on probation, unable to leave this state, so really focusing on my community and what I can do to make a difference here. And I've had so many great opportunities, just as far as jobs and friendships and relationships, and my relationships have improved so much because I'm actually able to be there for other people and be a good friend and show up and not let people down, which is something that's extremely important to me and one of my core values. So I'm not going to say that life is always easy being sober whatsoever. It's definitely not. It's just as difficult. The only difference is now I have the tools to cope without having to harm my body. And yoga is one of those tools. I've been practicing for probably 15 years, maybe longer, but I can distinctly remember starting my practice 15 years ago, and I remember the first time I practiced and how beautiful that felt, just lying in savasana and being completely at peace and one with my higher power. And remembering that feeling and going through rehab and working on my recovery and reconnecting with that. That's something that's extremely important to me. I feel like yoga is kind of a physical representation of my devotion to my higher power. So rather than simply praying, which I do pray, I like to actually take the action and do the movement. It also is extremely good for your body, for stress management, for all areas of life. It makes me much more effective just in my day-to-day dealings, being able to stop and breathe and think before I act and speak, and being mindful in every situation. So one other thing that I'm also working on right now is testing meditation in inner city schools to see if it has an effect on behavioral issues as well. Hopefully we can address some of these issues right when they're starting so that it doesn't get worse, because one small bad decision in a child's life can change the whole trajectory of their life. Trying to make a difference where I can, and that's what I've been doing in my sobriety.